Hey everybody! Well, this video was probably a surprise when it showed up in your subscriber feed at 5 in the morning on an early January Thursday. Welcome to Northernlion Plays XCOM 2. This is a pre-release build of the game that has been sent by 2K and Firaxis, so we've been given the okay to play a bunch of content creators have. It's gonna be a playthrough. It's gonna be like a walkthrough, a let's play kind of thing, which is incredibly exciting, and I have to thank 2K for giving us the opportunity to do that, and, you know, having the confidence in us to not completely spoil the game. There are some conditions. I'm not gonna be showing much spoilery story stuff. That's kind of one of the caveats from covering this, but from a mechanics standpoint, you're gonna see a lot of XCOM 2 gameplay. The strategy layer, research, engineering, armory, stuff like that, and of course the tactics layer, the actual like in-mission XCOM-y combat stuff, which is pretty exciting. So I'm excited to do this. There will still be like an XCOM 2 series when the game comes out, but consider this like a little bit of an appetizer, or an amuse-bouche, if you will, to entertain your mouth. I have played probably 8 or 9 hours of this build so far. It works really well. The load times are a little long. That's because I don't have it installed on my SSD. It's a large game, so that gives us time to talk. So I'm gonna load up this save, use this save for YouTube. One of the caveats is that I can't show the tutorial mission or the first mission of the game, so you're actually joining this campaign on the third mission. But I've saved all of the promotion and all the research stuff so that we can actually talk about it. This is our Avengers, so this is like the new Geoscape, but the new base, basically, and this is like a commissioned, commandeered alien supply ship that now serves as our kind of like mobile base for operations in XCOM 2. And of course, you know, this is not spoilery stuff unless you're 100% in the dark about what goes on in XCOM 2, in which case I encourage you to stop watching right now so you can preserve your own kind of integrity there. XCOM 2 takes place after the events of XCOM 1, with the alternate ending that basically the aliens have won. And now they've integrated with modern society and they kind of control it, but they're in an alliance with some, you know, sects of humankind. So really now, instead of XCOM being the world's military might pooled together to fight the aliens, we're kind of like a guerrilla operation, or an upstart rebellion or resistance, basically. So we're kind of operating out of the shadows instead of having all the resources available that we may have previously had in the original XCOM. So I'm going to start here, and we'll start by going to our armory, and we'll do some soldier customization. What I would expect to see over the start of this episode that we have right here is soldier customization. We'll talk about research, we'll talk about engineering, and we'll do a mission. And then, you know, once I get done with the introduction stuff, it'll just be like I'm playing XCOM again. So I've already, when you do the first mission, assuming your soldiers live, and they get a kill each. I think they do need a kill each to level up. But they'll level up, and the game so far has been really good about making sure that you have 4 of the different classes every time, which is a nice kind of like way to ease people in, as opposed to like, hey, you completed a mission, 1 person got leveled up, and they're a support. So we have Jesus Garcia. We'll promote him.
The Ranger serves as our primary reconnaissance unit, capable of moving independently in concealment while engaging enemies at close range.
He has become a ranger. I think I'm just gonna raise the volume just a little bit, because I'm sure you probably have a little bit of a hard time hearing what's going on there. He gets the slash ability, which basically the slash ability allows you to use a dash, but also do a melee attack on the same turn. So it's a melee attack that I believe does between 6 to 8 damage. Well, we'll see when we get actually into the mission. And you can get like a lot of movement on it as well. So this can be really useful to finish off an alien, or to give you like a really high percentage shot that does a lot of damage without using like a grenade or something like that. We'll customize these units as well, but first let's level up a little bit. Actually, first let me raise the volume. Better to get it done now than to wait on it. There, hopefully that is good enough. Do you want to? I want to go back to options. I want to save and exit. Okay. Let's go back to our armory here. Probably not going to be much louder, but enough. Let's level up Humberto Flores. These are the game's generated units. The facial hair is just beautiful already.
Operating some of our most advanced equipment, specialists deploy robotic drones on the battlefield that can be outfitted for combat or field medic duty.
Yeah, so this is our specialist class. They get this gremlin, which is a drone. The drone's useful for a couple of things. The first thing that you get is aid protocol, which basically is like a smoke grenade that you could use on one unit. You send the drone over, and it like makes it gives a +20 defense bonus to whatever unit you send it over to target. But you can also spec them to be like a medic, so the gremlin can be like a mobile med kit, basically, or to be a combat hacker, so they can do a little bit more offensively related stuff related to this. Like, they can basically have like a combat stim that gives your unit a much better chance to do a critical hit, I think, like, that's what it does, but we'll see it after they level up once. The gremlin's also super cool, because, you know, in XCOM 1, you'd be like 2 tiles away from touching the objective, but the mission would end because you didn't get there in time. Now, that doesn't happen as often because the gremlin can actually remotely hack digital objectives. So if the mission is like, hack into this terminal, you can actually send the gremlin from quite a distance away, so you don't actually have to be right next to it to make it happen. And there is a little bit of a dice roll associated with that, but it's a really nice kind of gameplay mechanic change. Wendy Hicks should be our sharpshooter then.
Just like it sounds, our sharpshooters engage enemy targets with pinpoint accuracy from extreme range. They're also trained in pistol marksmanship for the occasional close encounter.
So the sharpshooter is basically like the analog to the sniper class. All snipers or sharpshooters now start with squad sight. So squad sight, of course, from XCOM Enemy Unknown was the one that basically you pool your squad's vision and your sniper sees everybody that anybody on your squad sees as long as they have line of sight. It doesn't matter if it's all the way across the map. You can't use, it's the same mechanics, you can't use the sniper rifle if you've already taken one action to move. But the other thing is that there's no pistols in XCOM 2 except on the sharpshooter class. So now it's a specialized weapon that you can use almost like you can spec into it. Like you can make your sharpshooter a gunslinger and you get cool abilities like whenever you get fired on, you get an automatic Overwatch return fire shot that you can use your pistol on. Instead of having pistols, they've rebalanced things a little bit so that reloading doesn't take up your terminal action. Like it doesn't end your turn if you reload. That way you can actually you know, reload if you're out of ammo on your first move and then shoot on your second move, so you don't always need to use the pistol so much. But that's going to be a change that is going to take some getting used to for sure. Not that it's bad, just going to take some time. And then let's just customize these guys quickly. You can customize, you know, first name, last name, biography, what country they're from. You can change their gender, you know, because you get assigned these soldiers. Maybe you want to, you have a particular purpose for them that you want. You know what? This guy already looks kind of like John Lennon. We could just make him like super John Lennon-y. What color is John? John Lennon, of course, from the Beatles. I'm assuming people are aware. John Lennon, I kind of like. Yeah, it's close enough. I'm not going to be too picky about this stuff. Of course, I will do more customization stuff once we get a little deeper, but you don't want to spend too much time, you know, doing customization on these guys in case they just die right afterwards. So, I'm going to put him all in white armor because, the Beatles' White Album. We have our Grenadier. Honestly, I'm not gonna mess with this guy. He already looks pretty badass as is. Let's just customize him. I'll give him some new armor so you can see what's going on there. I'll show you the character customization as well. You know, you can change their race, you can change their skin color within a few degrees here. Hair color, eye color, lots of facial hair options. Mostly related to different kinds of beards. And of course, lots of hairstyles as well. But I kind of like that we got this dude with a little bit of hobo chic going on right now. He's rising up to take back the world that never really respected him anyway, but it sure as hell will after this operation's over. So we'll just give him like a yellow gun or something like that. You can also rename the guns and stuff like that. And you know what? We'll just leave the other units as they are for now. Customization, that sort of thing ain't my bag, baby. Research. I don't know if we're supposed to show that scene, so I'm going to be skipping over a lot of cutscenes. It's going to be irritating for a lot of people, but these are the conditions to cover the game. You know, it comes out in like a month. I'm sure they don't want people to spoil all the story stuff. So this is our research lab. The way research works is very similar to the way it works in Enemy Unknown and Enemy Within. We get, you know, a bunch of options. Some of these options cost resources that we have, the same way an autopsy might cost resources in Enemy Unknown or Within. But we're going to start with modular weapons, because this will allow us to actually take advantage of the loot system that exists in the tactical game. We'll quickly look at the engineering bay as well. We can build some items right off the bat. You start with a medikit and a smoke grenade and a flashbang. No weapons, no armor. I'm going to build a flashbang, and we should probably build a medikit as well, just in case. You can also go to build facilities, and it's kind of a similar little situation that you'd have to the base building in Enemy Unknown. We could build a facility here in our this area that's already been excavated, so I'm going to build a guerrilla tactics school. Honestly, this is the element of the game that I'm the most uncomfortable with right now. Not because I think it's bad, but because I don't have a foothold in, like, how to understand it. So maybe it would have been better off for me to build like a power relay or something there. But I want the tactics school so I can take out more squad mates on missions. And then we can also clear alien debris, but we need an engineer to do this. We have a little bit more of like a management side of things going on here. We actually need staff, and we can assign staff to work on a job like this. And if we assign staff to work on it, they get bonuses. Like some engineers we find on missions throughout the game, they'll give you like a plus 10% or plus 100% speed to excavate. So you'd want to use that engineer for this. Some of them have like, you know, plus 50% build speed for Guerrilla Tactics School. Unfortunately, we don't have that guy yet. So that's fine for now. Let's go to the bridge here. And you can see Bradford temporarily. And I'll talk a little bit more about the Geoscape. So the way that the Geoscape works in XCOM 2... Oh, I didn't mean to do that, sorry. The way that the Geoscape works in XCOM 2 is that you don't really just stare at the globe and wait for it to rotate around over and over and over. Instead, you'll have things like this pop up. And remember, you don't control the entire world at the start of XCOM 2. You only control... We have like a little bit of vision down here in Mexico. I've also started in some other places in the world, but then you kind of send the Sky Ranger out to do missions, or like basically passive kind of like reconnaissance missions that give you rewards. So for example, I can fly up to Nunavut here, and when we get here, I'll have the opportunity to scan, and basically this just means that we've moved up here and we're going to scan for a few days. When I complete the scanning, I'll get supplies, but I'll probably have distractions that pop up in the meantime that may stop me here. So modular weapons is completed. That's fine. We will get hybrid materials next, which allows us to make the nanofiber vest, basically, from XCOM, Enemy Unknown /Within. So, destroyed convoy is going to complete. That gives us supplies, which are basically our new currency. Commander, after our recent success, members of the Resistance in New Mexico have brought us reports of activity we may want to investigate. Sure, we'll investigate that. Now, as we do this, we'll also get prompts that are like, hey, do a mission here, like do a Guerrilla Ops mission. And Guerrilla Ops is basically like your standard alien abduction mission from the original game, or the previous game, I should say. So we're going to scan here for a few days, but I imagine we'll probably get a mission in the meantime. We'll also finish hybrid materials. There we go, Guerrilla Ops. We've acquired a new target for our guerrilla operations against Advent Commander. Review target. It's an easy mission. Our objective is to recover an item from the Advent facility, and if we succeed, we'll get an engineer. So let's definitely confirm that and go out on our mission. One of the things I like so much about XCOM 2 so far is that the game just looks so slick. Like, it's got an attitude about it now when your squad kind of saunters out here. And as weird as it is to say, I really like the animation for the Sky Ranger when it takes off too. It gives it like a real sense of urgency. Alright, so we've got our squatty here, who is a grenadier? He's our heavy, alright? He can fire grenades via his launch grenade ability. I actually want to take a look at him quickly. Can I customize him right now? Because I want to see what the what this actually means. Uses a grenade launcher to fire grenades rather than throwing them. This allows for greater range and grenade capacity. I'm going to try something, and I don't know if this works. But what I'm going to try is to give him one frag grenade and one flashbang, and see if he can actually launch grenade and launch the flashbang. Basically, you know how a mech in Enemy Unknown, well, I guess it would have to be Enemy Within in this case, can fire a grenade through like their grenade cannon and it goes further? This might give us like really high range flashbang. I don't know if it works though. We'll try it. We have our squatty here with the shotgun, we have the specialist, and we have you. So I'm going to give the specialist the med kit, because they're going to be almost our support class, and I'm going to give the ranger the flashbang, because in all likelihood they're going to be at the forefront of the mission. Did I not build a flashbang? No, I already gave the flashbang to the heavy. Never mind. He can roll with what he's got. Also, there is a loot system in the game that allows you to loot items that you can actually use on your weapons. So I may be able to apply a piece of loot that we have so far. What do we have? Expanded magazine. Clip size is increased by 1. I think I'll put that on our Grenadier, actually, because I think that they are going to be the most valuable unit for us so far. So we got this basically by killing a pod in the last mission that I couldn't show you. So once it's applied, it can be replaced but not reused. So we'll use that. That gives it a clip size of 4, which is pretty good. And we'll just launch our mission here. By the way, again, remember, the load times are going to be a little long here. It's not installed on my SSD. My SSD is only like a couple hundred gigabytes, and the game is large. Probably also got kind of noisy there for a second. Alright, people have been asking for it. Let's finally begin a mission. It'll take a second.
One of our resistance contacts tipped us to an Advent patrol group storing a secure data vault in this area. And it looks like the files are critical to the aliens' latest operation. We can't pass up any opportunity to stop their progress.
Alright, so our objective on this one, we have to kill all the enemies, and we also have to uncover the missing persons report from the Advent facility. This might give us an opportunity to do some remote hacking with our gremlin, which would be cool. Also, in XCOM 2, can we just talk about first the name of this operation? You're really going to call it Operation Pungent Sword? It's almost too good, I have to say. I really need to install this on what is going to lower these load times, because now that I'm writing to the same drive in a video, it's taking even longer. But the maps, is what I was going to say, are actually procedurally generated, so you're never going to see the same map twice. It's not like, oh, this is the fast food map, you know, this is the observatory map. You're not going to encounter that. Okay, now I get an opportunity. Jesus, that was loud. Maybe I actually have to walk over to that. I might not be able to hack it. He advised self-detonating charges are in place at the target. Move to disarm and extract the package before its contents are destroyed. I bet we can hack to disarm it. Now I get to talk about the tactical stuff, which is stuff that I actually understand and feel comfortable talking about, which is nice. XCOM 2 has a really new and awesome mechanic. You can totally launch the flashbang grenade. That's so cool that the Grenadier can actually, like, use support grenades from afar. Basically, the flashbang works kind of like a long war. It disorients them. It doesn't make them skip their turn, but they're very, like, unlikely to hit on their next turn, even if you're out in the open. Do we have this concealment? Concealment, when I first heard about it, I was like, this doesn't make any sense. I don't get it. But what it allows you to do is set ambushes. So you know how in XCOM Enemy Unknown, you would encounter a pod, and they get a free turn to move? That doesn't happen anymore. You encounter a pod, your first pod at least, after you fire a shot or go through a window or a door, it's done for the whole mission. But when you encounter your first pod, they don't notice you as long as you're out of their vision range. So you can actually put like 3 units on Overwatch, shoot with the 4th unit, and then you get 4 shots on the pod all at once without actually triggering them, so they don't scatter. They're all going to be outside of cover. And you can pretty easily wipe out an entire pod just with one trap like that, which works really well. So, you know, if you use it properly and the dice are on your side, you can make some very positive things happen there. So, a lot of the missions in XCOM 2 have this, like, turns until destroyed, turns until forced retreat stuff going on, so you have to be very careful with that. You have to make sure you're moving, you know, relatively quickly. We're pretty unlikely to find a pod here. Oh, we do find a pod. Okay, so we're not going to do the Overwatch trap on this turn, probably. Well, it depends. They might be moving away. Yeah, we're definitely not going to do it on this turn because we can't actually see. Like, we don't have a shot with every unit. But if we wanted to, we could actually hack this target over here with our gremlin, which is basically like a security camera.
If they detect us, things will only get worse.
I hope this doesn't ruin our concealment, because if this ruins our concealment if I fail, then we got a real problem. Or if they just spot my gremlin, I guess, which I didn't even consider. So this is the hacking side of things. It's basically a dice roll that's weighted based on your tech score and the tech score of the tower. So if we succeed in hacking, we can either get critical chance increased by 33 for 2 turns, which is amazing, or critical chance increased by 33 for 2 turns, but this one's like less likely. Oh, this is squad, this is soldier, I see. But the problem is we'll lose concealment 65% of the time. We have a 65% chance versus 35, so we're going to cancel this hack, actually, and not do this. But I would really like to. We'll try to do some hacking in the future. Alright. We're not going to take a shot with our sniper. Not yet, anyway. We'll just put them down over here and have everybody go into Overwatch. The way Overwatch is going to work is that it'll only Overwatch if there is... it'll only shoot, like, a reaction shot if we're going to be unconcealed anyway. Like, if we're already going to be discovered. So we don't need to worry about this too much yet. Assuming that they don't walk directly towards us, which would be really bad. But we want to keep a move on because pretty soon this container is going to be destroyed anyway. So they've moved. They've moved far enough that we have no vision, which is actually really bad. So our ambush has failed for now, but hopefully we can make it happen in the future. Let's get a little vision here. We do have vision on one of these guys now. Could take a shot, but I don't really like the idea of popping our concealment just to kill one advent trooper, which is basically like the new modern equivalent of the sectoid. Does our sniper has 2 shots. This may actually be the turn where we wanna take a chance at it. Yeah, okay, so we have a sectoid. Sectoids are actually very strong right now, and they can cause panic, which is, as you might expect, bad for business. Alright, let's pop concealment. So my thinking is we probably want to take our highest percentage shot, which may be with our sniper, or we may want to start by launching a frag grenade. And if we launch a frag grenade in here, it'll destroy the cover, giving our other units a better chance to pop Overwatch. It may even just kill the advent trooper outright. So we would Overwatch with you. Overwatch with our sniper, who is not really in great cover right now, but if we kill the pod, that doesn't matter. We're going to Overwatch with you, and then we're going to pop our ambush by launching a frag grenade in here. It's going to destroy the tree, it's going to hit the sectoid, it's going to hit the advent trooper.
Grenade out.
And then, notice there's no percentage chance on that one. When it lands, they'll be like, oh shit, there's people here, and they'll run away. But when they run away, it'll trigger the overwatches, so our ambush will actually work. But that's our concealment gone for the entire mission. We're revealed now. Okay, so the sectoid takes a run. We get a shot at it with our, I think that's our grenadier? No, it wouldn't be. That was our support. Then we get a shot at it with our ranger, who used their shotgun and as a result missed. So we're not going to be able to kill both the units. At best, we'll kill the sectoid, which would actually be awesome. Please hit. Please hit. Please hit. Yes! Okay, so the sectoid is dead. That's good. The sectoid is far more dangerous than the advent trooper. But, that being said, we may still find ourselves flanked. Like, our sniper is completely out of cover because of the ranger miss, basically. But still, a 1 HP unit is not that bad. That's gonna hit. Yeah. Oh! Okay, you can just crit my sniper and almost kill them, I guess. That's fair. I probably deserve that. Remember that our supports has a medkit, so we're gonna go back and heal our support. Eventually we can get the drone that allows us to do this from far away. I didn't expect to get shot there because I expected the pod to just die, but perhaps that's my own idiocy. That's the first time I've actually used a medkit in XCOM 2, which is not bragging. There's been some times when I probably should have. So this guy is going to be an easy kill, but why don't we try, if possible, to get the kill from our rangers so you can see. So this is an 88% chance, which I believe is just the base, like that's the flat chance to hit. And we take a move, and we're going to slash him over the top of this wall. And we got 5 damage done there. It was a crit. Nice. Okay, let's take a turn. I mean, you know how XCOM works. We're going to take a turn to just get everybody set up again. Bit of a misplay on my part there. To even find ourselves in this situation in the first place, but that's okay. The next pod we find is automatically going to pop. So we got to be very careful, but I think I will take a move because we've got this balance of like, hey, we only have 6 turns left to actually get inside of the enemy base. So I think I got pretty lucky to not find any enemies there. You don't want to fail a mission, you know, due to time constraints if you can avoid it. So we'll take a blue move here to try to get ourselves up there. We could try to hack this security terminal now, but I don't really think, like, our tech score is pretty bad right now, so I don't think it's something that's super in the cards for us. This security tower is kind of just for show right now, unless we want to hack it. It doesn't do too much for us. Let's try to get some vision inside of this building. Still can't see anything. If I can look inside... I probably want to come in on the top floor if I can to get some vision bonus. Don't want to do it just yet, though. So I think you can probably afford to take a yellow move here. You know, 8 turns seems like a lot. 8 turns can change pretty quick. Or it can erode pretty quickly, I guess I should say. So this is our sniper. We'll just move her over here. Starting with squad sight is so nice. Instead of headshot, it actually makes like a 2nd level sniper like functional, which is a nice change of pace. Ah, crap! Probably a sectoid and an advent leader. No, it looks like an advent leader and an advent trooper. So the advent leaders, I don't really know if there's an analog for them, to be honest with you. I took so many yellow moves that I left our units in like a terrible position here. I'm playing on Classic, by the way. It's called Commander difficulty, but... So, I've been marked. I don't exactly know what that ability does, but I think it grants an automatic reaction shot on me if I move with that unit, and I think it also gives like an aim bonus to the other units, maybe? So, we have our Sniper, who has a 55% chance to hit and a 35% chance to hit. We have our Ranger, who doesn't want to go in there because these guys are all on Overwatch right now. So, I think our Ranger probably throws a frag grenade to open the game up a little bit for our other units. 3 damage, removed Overwatch. Oh, I accidentally killed that unit and destroyed the loot. Nice job. If possible, I'd like to get the kill with our Sniper, because I want our support to be able to move in and possibly hack. And that was actually a fairly well-handled pod. No promotions, unfortunately. Alright, I'm going to move my support up to here. It's a yellow move, but I really want them to be able to remotely hack the objective on the next turn, if it's at all possible. Now, unfortunately, we don't see any other units right now. I have a flashbang, so I kind of feel like I can make some bold moves here. Oh, right, 2 other units have already moved. Oh, are you actually burning? It's getting close to burning. Okay, fire damage is like a real thing, but it actually shows you when you're about to take fire damage, which is nice relative to what could be the case, I suppose. So let's run ourselves in. We only have 3 turns, so I'm actually going to take a pretty bold move here. This is not good fire safety, I would suggest, but that's okay. Alright, hopefully we can just hack it from afar. Yeah, the green things on your quick bar means that that's an objective. Attempt to breach security on a chest with your gremlin. Let's see, sometimes the story hacking objectives just have a 100% chance to succeed, which is nice, you know, so you don't have to worry about it too much, you know, failing it and then completely failing the mission because of a dice roll. This is not one of those cases, though. Oh, no, yes, it is. Disarm the detonator on the bomb, unlock chance 100%. Then we could get something else. 41% chance to get income from the current region increased by 25, or 13% chance to discover a lead on an alien facility. Let's take, you know, Occam's safest razor. Occam's safety razor, you've heard of it, on this one. So we'll begin the hack. We're looking for the bar to pass 41%. It is not going to. It's a little close, but... You know, you can tell pretty early. But we did disarm the detonator. 100% chance because it was our story objective there.
We've got access.
Now we have to neutralize all remaining enemy targets. So there's probably one more pod remaining. For now, we'll just move our units up, you know, to the point where they're relatively safe. I should be probably putting my sniper upstairs in a sniper nest, but... I'm gonna be bad about it for now. We probably just have one more pod of aliens. This mission's gone pretty well. I'm assuming that our sniper, unfortunately, is still gonna be wounded, which is gonna take them, or sorry, our sharpshooter is still gonna be wounded, which is gonna take them out of commission for a while. But you know, that's all right. Because I'm playing on Classic, let's try to play smarter. So take every available opportunity to get full cover. There we go. It's a sectoid. Again, these guys are like the new. I don't know, I was gonna say the new Thin Man, but that doesn't quite feel right. They're annoying, is a big part of it. Now, you actually have a flashbang. I really want to launch that in there, because that's gonna make these units so much worse. I should be able to hit both of them without hitting my own units, so yeah, there you go. The flashbang has such a huge area of effect. Being able to put that in the grenade launcher and launch support grenades is so cool, so... These guys will both be disoriented for 2 turns, which gives them a fairly substantial aim penalty, and gives me a chance to maybe take them out before they can do too much bad stuff to me. 35% chance to hit the sectoid, 55% chance to hit the sectoid, or sorry, the advent trooper. We missed, unfortunately.
Yeah, I didn't get it.
I love the way she says it. Yeah, I didn't get it. Jesse Garcia's got to do something. I mean, here's the thing. He can move in here and do an 88% chance to hit this sectoid with his slash ability, but he would be so at risk from getting hit by the sectoid trooper that I really don't love the odds of it. I'd rather actually take a 44% chance to take out the Advent Trooper. Dang it. The reason I'm focusing on the Advent Trooper is just because their one shot will kill them. But now it looks like it was a foolish endeavor here. Because if the Sectoid gets to attack... Oh, it didn't even kill the Advent Trooper. If the Sectoid gets to attack, it'll probably do a Psi attack that could panic one of our troops and send us into a bad place. Yeah, they're disoriented, but they still get to move and shoot. Half cover should be enough to protect me, probably, but you never know, right? Oh, so he just went into Overwatch. He's gonna take a shot, though. You would expect that to miss. Half cover, fairly long distance. I think they still spend one more turn disoriented. Alright, our sniper does not have a shot. That's so bad. Alright, I'll throw her back here then. She might be able to land a frag grenade. This shouldn't trigger the Overwatch. Her frag grenade will not hit, so basically she can take a pistol shot. 48% chance to wipe this trooper out would be awesome. Nice! Okay, she's getting a lot of kills. Now, we want to make sure that we can kill the Sectoid. It's on Overwatch, unfortunately, so if I try to do like a dash, we will be shot. Well, I think the step one is you probably take the sitting shot. That was an unfortunate miss. You know what? Because they're on... Because they're still disoriented, I think we can probably get away with baiting out their Overwatch, and then if we hit them, we can go for a dash with our other unit. I was gonna say, why can't I fire my... Wait a minute. Why can't I fire my weapon? There we go. It would be really awesome if we could hit here. 4 damage. Okay, that's beautiful. Now our slash should have an 88% chance to get the kill. But if it doesn't kill them, we will probably die in the process. That was pretty dope. So that should be the end of this mission. Thanks, John Lennon.
No longer a threat.
You can tell it's the end of the mission because my hard drive is spooling up.
All hostiles are down and the area is secure.
Alright, so that's our first mission. You get this nifty little splash screen at the end that tells you how you did. So we completed it, took us 8 turns. We killed 6 enemies out of 6 enemies. 1 soldier was wounded, that's excellent. Above excellent, you can get flawless. And then as we're flying back in the Sky Ranger, we get a nice little statistical breakdown too. So, you know, these are our squaddies who were most under fire, moved furthest, dealt the most damage, which is probably our sniper there. Made most attacks, I think that was our heavy. Successful shot percentage 60, average damage per attack 3.43 guilty spark, and 0.75 enemies killed per turn. I can live with that. This was a fairly successful mission. If we get lucky, somebody might have gotten a promotion just due to experience when the mission was completed, but I'm pretty sure that that's probably going to do it for Episode 1 of Northernlion Plays XCOM 2 here. And I have to admit, you know, I did get shot once, but apart from that, it went relatively well. So these guys will saunter back onto the landing platform here once the Sky Ranger actually comes in. We can, of course, skip over that screen if we want to. Ah, we actually got 3 promotions. So our Ranger levels up. When the squad is revealed, this soldier remains concealed. Okay, I could see that being interesting. He could be like the same way you'd play like a scout or an assault in Long War or XCOM Enemy Within with like a mimetic skin or something like that. But I think we'll probably take Blade Master. Deal +2 extra damage on all sword attacks. That way, I think that allows us to kill a Sectoid in 1 hit, which is advantageous to say the least. Our specialist is leveled up. We can make them a mobile medkit, basically. It can perform Gremlin Heal and Gremlin Stabilize. If a medkit is equipped, the Gremlin will gain an extra charge. Good. Or Combat Protocol. Send the Gremlin to an enemy to jolt them, dealing guaranteed damage, which is increased against robotic enemies. It's kind of like heat, I guess, like heat ammo, heat rockets, but I think I'm gonna go medical protocol. I thought it was a combat stim first, but maybe that comes later, or not, sometimes not at all. Okay, so she's gonna be wounded, yeah, for almost a month. We won't see her for a while, but Long Watch allows Overwatch to trigger with squad sight, or we could send her to be a little bit more of a gunslinger, which is actually what I'm going to do because it's new. I want to see, you know, if we can make like a super aggressive sniper or sharpshooter kind of work here. And we got some loot. Autoloader, first reload in a mission does not cost an action. Repeater, 5% chance to instantly kill your target when you hit them, regardless of the target's remaining HP. Seems interesting. And did we get, I'm going to skip this story cutscene. We got introduced to the Black Site mission, and we got Dr. Casey Murray, who is an engineer here.
You and your crew
He increases the construction speed of Guerrilla Tactics School, but I don't think... Oh, we can totally assign an engineer. Casey Murray is increasing construction speed by 100%. It's cool. It's like an extra layer to the management level that we didn't have before. But for now, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. It is the first episode of a new series, so if you like it, please click the like button. It helps out a great deal. And of course, subscribe if you want to, keep abreast of my progress. There's going to be 1 or more episodes of this a day for a long time. For now, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.